I'm I'm live apparently. I think that's the go live button. I'm just gonna assume it's working. Hi, hello. It's me with a big face on the screen. Uh, One day I'm gonna have a really nice intro script that I actually thought about. This is the 10 minutes of code doodle. I also need to come up with a better name, a title for the stream. I think there's room for a really catchy name here. 10 minutes of code. 10 minutes in heaven. No, wait, that's no. Something interesting. Code doodles. So the idea is just gonna do 10 minutes of work. Uh, just limit it to that, kind of like a doodle, like a sketch on a napkin or something, and see what I get. See what I get done. This time I've actually started on my second coffee, so I'll have a bit more brain juice to power me up here. And for this episode, I'm going to start right where I left off. See that slick camera transition? I think that worked. I hope that worked. Oh boy, streaming. I'm gonna start where I left off last time. So if you recall, I spent 10 minutes looking at progress bars trying to set up a Unity scene, and I only had time to make balls drop from the air. I think what I'm going to do this time, I think what is going to be fun is to I'm going to build on this, and I'm going to see if I can make a first-person controller using mouse and keyboard in 10 minutes. Now, I'll delete this in a sec here. But normally in Unity, there's a package that just includes a first-person controller. I know that. I know that that exists. I'm going to see what happens when I try to invent one from scratch. So I'll see where that takes me. But before I get started here, to address some questions I've been asked, in my talk that I gave describing this process, I did say it's cool and good and encouraged to use existing libraries to do your doodles. I do definitely believe in that. If you are following along at home or anything, please use a library that already has all this work done for you. I'm thinking I'm going to be doing this stream in one form or another for a long time. Maybe this is only episode 2. We'll see where it goes, but I really want to continue doing this for quite a while. I would really like it if all of the episodes I do here in the stream are all written by me on the same base of code. So these early episodes, I'm sure if you're watching these from the far-flung future, will be hilariously sparse and slow. But hopefully, a year or two from now, my episodes will be much faster as I'm developing the tools and iterating and doubling down on my own process. So I'm kind of playing the long game here. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, first-person controller, look at me. First big change for episode 2 is I'm actually coming in with a plan. I was thinking about this episode yesterday, and came up with a plan, so I'll actually be a little bit more directed. So why don't we start this timer, and then I'll get started making a first-person controller. Badoop. All right, so first thing we're going to need is just a, player object of some kind in the middle of the scene, and let's give it some art. I already have spheres in the world, so I'm going to just make it a tall, thin cube that sits off the ground. There we go. And I'm going to need a script of some kind. Let's see what we can get going there. And I already have Rider open, so I don't have to look at the loading bar. Woo! Okay, so let's see here. I know I'm going to need a speed value for the keyboard controls, and I don't have time to deal with any of these, so... Whoa! What's cluster input type? Oh, jeez. No, get key. No, wait. It's get access, isn't there? Haha, get access. And I think Unity comes with horizontal and vertical. Nice. Okay. You know what? I don't even need an if, because that doesn't even make sense. What if axis horizontal? Get axis returns a vector 2, doesn't it? No, it's a float from -1 to 1, depending on if you're hitting A or D. So I didn't think too hard about this. Obviously. Move direction, left and right, plus equals vector 3. No, transform dot left time. No, what? There's no left. Transform dot right times -1 times input get axis horizontal. Okay, now I just want to see if this even works. That should be good, right? Local position, add, move, time times speed. Okay, that should work. I'm thinking that should work. A and D should move that cube left and right. And it doesn't. Oh, I never set the speed. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens here. Ha ha ha! Okay, it's working. It's working. That's good. It's inverted, so I'm just going to quickly remove that times -1, and now forward. Okay, now I should have left, right, forward, backwards, and let's move the camera to be on the player. In fact, let's move the camera. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's a good height, right? It's kind of head height for the camera. Cool. Okay. So now I should have player control here for WASD, which I do. All right, sweet. Only 4 minutes in, and I already have WASD controls. Let's add some. Oh, geez. Should I try to do rotation with quaternions? That sounds terrifying. I don't even know how to rotate based on mouse position. Fuck. Without getting gimbal lock, because then I have to get into quaternions. No! Okay, quick, change of plans. How about this? I'm gonna make us flying through space, and your WASD controls your up and down, and then you dodge things flying at the screen. How about that? That's a way to quickly alter. Yeah, okay, so I can dodge up and down. Now I think we could just rotate this player on its back, right? And now I can lay on the ground and dodge all these balls that are falling, right? Right. Is that true? Yes, it is. Look at that. Okay. So now let's take the camera and reduce the clipping plane so that we can see the balls when they're actually getting closer. Let's move that spawner way up taller, and let's give its jitter. How big is this floor? 23. Let's make it an even 20. And then I can make the spawner do an X and Z jitter of, oh, it goes from minus to positive, so it's a half value. Okay, so now I should have a game where, trying to dodge all these balls that are falling down. Nice. Okay, now, do I actually want them bouncing on this thing? I mean, maybe, sure. Well, let's leave it in for now and let's see what happens. But let's keep the falling objects from dying, because I added the destroy after 3 seconds. Let's make that 30 seconds, so the screen should get pretty bumpy, and heck, let's add some new code. So I have a box collider on here, sure. Let's add a rigid body, and let's make this kinematic, just so we can collect some on collision enter events, and then we can add a, in 3 minutes is enough time, on collision enter, and we need to know what we're colliding with, because we're probably going to collide with that ground plane. So let's quickly, on this falling object, it already has a rigid body and destroy. I'm just going to add a script to this called falling object. And then what I can do, I'm not going to add anything to that script. I'm just going to say other game object get component falling object. And then that's when we know that we've struck. There we go. Okay, so now that should debug log down here in the console if we hit a ball. So let's see if that happens. It does happen. Okay, but my body is kind of a weird shape, so it's happening at a time that doesn't make much sense because my head, yeah, this cube should be about the same size in all dimensions, right? And the camera should be right dead in the middle of that. So there we go. There we go. And let's make sure that this falling object's rigid body is set to continuous so that we're actually sweeping so we don't clip through. And let's move that spawner up even taller so we can see these balls coming from much further away. Wait, even smaller. Smaller than that. There we go. And let's speed it up to 0.2, increase the intensity a bit. There we go. Okay, this should be a fun little game. I move around and dodge all these things. Oh, and watching them bounce back up is disorienting to say the least. But I mean, it looks kind of like the Starfield screensaver. That's kind of trippy. Oh man, I wonder how this would look in VR. Hey, that's a leading statement, but I only have 1 minute on the clock. I know my skills enough. I cannot actually. I'm gonna speed that up. I cannot actually make this work in VR in 1 minute, as much as I'd like to say I could. Okay, let's double the speed. Let's remove the bouncing, and let's see. Yeah. 55, 54, 53, 52. Okay, I'm going to increase the you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make the spawner just follow you. Right? Does that make sense? So you can't just run out of bounds? Yeah, nope, because the balls are childed to the spawner. Okay, no, that makes no sense. I'm not gonna be able to finish this in 20 seconds, but I'm going to add an actual game over screen. UI, text mesh pro, yeah, I guess. Oh no, progress bars. I should have installed text mesh pro before I started. Game over. And look at that, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I now have a game over message, and I'm going to, in my next 10 minutes, actually try to hook that up and make a lose state. And I guess maybe a win state as well. Maybe that'll be my goal for next time so I can make an actual game. I mean, it looks kind of nice. It kind of feels like you're floating through space. And I'll say game over if I actually click with one of these. Yeah, see in the bottom left corner there, it is saying game over. Really need to up the intensity. I think I can start the balls a lot higher, and I can speed them up probably by a factor of 5 or 10. I should probably make the field a lot bigger too, so I'm not just constrained to this small 20-meter area. But yeah. Anyway, hey, fun. I made a thing. in 10 minutes with actual code and gameplay. But I mean, the code wasn't all that interesting. I'm really going to have to brush up on my quaternions to get mouse look working. But I'll save that for another day. That was fun. I made a little thing, and now I've learned that I need to better my quaternion knowledge. I don't want to do quaternions ever. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see what happens in episode 3. Later. Oh, I can't dramatically just end my stream on a pithy note because there's a confirmation dialogue I have to click.